It's late March, and we're here in Watertown to see these beautiful mid to late season daffodils that are part of the collection of Jennifer and Jeff Harvey. Jeff, thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming. We're excited that the daffodils decided to stay this nice for you. We had a lot of heat last week, but we still have a lot of daffodils that are doing great.
And these will keep blooming into April, won't they?
Yes, we have some that are still putting up buds, so we'll get some bloom into for another 2 or 3 weeks yet.
Awesome. I'm excited to see what you've got for us. This is a beautiful variety, and I can see that it's called Seize the Day, but there's a whole lot of letters on this label, and can you explain to me what those mean?
Yes, so the color grade goes from the tip of the petal to the tip of the trumpet. So this one has a gradation of color. It starts off as a deeper yellow and fades to the white at the base of the trumpet. Then from the trumpet it goes from the white and gets to a darker yellow at the tip of the trumpet. So that's why there's 6 different cut letters. It's a darker yellow, a light yellow, then a white, and then it goes white. Then it stays white in the middle of the trumpet, and then it gets to a yellow at the end of the trumpet. So that's why there's 6 different letters on this one.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot of letters.
It really is.
It almost doesn't fit on the tag.
Seize the Day, that's beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
Jeff, can you tell me about this thing? This is gorgeous. What type is it, and what's its name?
This is an 11A daffodil. It's called Fire Drill.
Wow.
And it has a real split cup with lots of really cool frills on it.
Oh, that peach color is just extraordinary. Peachy pink, gorgeous. I've never seen one like that. That's amazing. And late too.
Yes, we're near mid to late season right now, closer to late. So it's nice to have stuff that's still blooming sort of this late in the
spring.
And
where do you get bulbs like this for daffodils?
We order from a lot of different places. DaffSeek, PHS Daffodils, Brett and Becky's is a big supplier that we get from. And for historics, we get some from Joe Ham.
Okay.
He's out of Pennsylvania.
Cool. That's gorgeous. That's amazing. I'm going to have to find that one for sure. So this is beautiful with this pale yellow. Can you tell me about this one and what its type is?
This is an 11A, and it's a split cup.
Oh, wow. This
one looks a lot like Cyclaminius or Tazetta, the way it has multiple blooms per stem. Mm-hmm. So it's very nice. It's a late variety. It just started blooming about a week ago.
Gorgeous. Wow, beautiful. We've got this beautiful bed of conifers mixed with muscari and phlox and other perennials, but I have to say this daffodil right here is stealing the show. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, it's the 11As, which are the split cups, are we're going to see a lot of those today. This is a fabulous white with the pink split cup, and it's swept back a little bit, which makes it a little more interesting since we're having a lot of wind today. It looks like this on a windy day or a calm day.
And look at that throat. It's green in the throat.
Yes, several daffodils now they're starting to accept green in the throats. For a long time, it was frowned upon, and now some of the newer daffodils, I think it really highlights the colors.
Oh wow, this is absolutely stunning. I'm really impressed with how you have all these beautiful evergreen shrubs. In particular, this gold one looks stunning with these daffodils, and the way these two play together is just so pretty, and I really admire it. So can you tell us about this particular daffodil here and what type it is, because it really plays so well with this bed?
Yes, this is Moonlight Sensation. It's a 5, which is triandrous, and it's a yellow. So what's nice about the triandrous is they have nodding flowers and multiple flowers to a stem.
Beautiful. Typically when you plant daffodil bulbs, you might get them in groups of 5 or 10, or maybe you buy a big sack. So I don't know how many bulbs you actually started with, but could you tell us how many you started with, how long this has been here, and how many you might estimate are in this single clump right now?
So we typically plant between 5 and 10 bulbs in one spot of one variety. This one's been here for about 6 years now, and it probably has about 80 to 100 bulbs in it.
Wow.
It's a really good multiplier.
Oh, that's beautiful. And then you would dig them up and spread them around some more if you wanted to.
Yes, when they start to get this big, they start to compete for nutrients and stuff, so they'll stop blooming as well. So when they stop blooming, you want to start to divide them. And then this clump, when we divide it, we'll probably make about another 10 clumps in other spots around the yard.
Tell me a little bit about, kind of how do you decide, A, if a clump of daffodils needs to be divided, and B, what time of year you would do that?
So we have two basic criteria for when to move and divide our daffodils. One is when they stop blooming and they're too tight to get enough nutrients for each bulb to have enough energy to bloom the next year. That definitely needs to be moved. And our other problem is when our shrubs and conifers get too big and they start to overshadow the daffodils, then those also get moved.
Yeah.
But a great time to do it is when they stop flowering in the late spring, and you can dig them up and divide them and plant them the same day.
Okay, and it's easy to dig them up because you can still see the stems, so you know where they are.
Yes, because I noticed when we waited for the foliage to die down and the wind blows it off, then we end up cutting too many bulbs in half. So we like to do it when the stems are still up.
Okay, thank you. Now this is a different type of daffodil. Am I correct in that?
Yes, this is a jonquil. This is a 7, and they're usually multi-headed. This one looks like it might need to be divided so it blooms better, as we've talked about before. But the jonquils are extremely fragrant. This seems to be our jonquil bed. Okay. We have, I think, of the 20 varieties in this bed, we probably have 7 jonquils.
Wow, and they do well, obviously.
They do very good in Tennessee. As this one started off as 5 bulbs, and over 5 years, we're probably up to 70 or 80.
Wow, that's a happy plant.
Yes.
So I see that this daffodil, these right here in this group, are a lot different from the others we've been looking at so far. Tell me about this particular type.
This is the Poeticus varieties. They're 9s. They're characterized by real small trumpets. This one's called Snow King, but they're really neat because they look like little windmills. I really like them. And when the Poeticus start blooming, we know we're at the end of our season.
Yeah.
So it's coming to a close.
It's kind of bittersweet then, isn't it?
Yes, it is. They're lovely, but I do hate to see them come.
Yeah, I get it. They're beautiful though. And I kind of like how it has this little bit of an orange, sort of picotee at the very tip of that little tiny cup. It's so pretty.
Yes, this is a really cool one. And believe it or not, it's before 1900. So it's a super old one.
Oh, wow. Definitely a historic daffodil.
Yes, yep.
Now, we've talked a lot today about the types and 11As in particular, because you've got some stunning examples of those. But this one stopped me in my tracks, so we have to talk about it again. I believe it's called Latin music based on your tag, but talk to me about this, because look at that. That's extraordinary.
This is fabulous. Most of the split cups are real flat and real close to the petals, but this one just has frills and a body to it. It's just amazing. It's super heavy. There's a little bit of fragrance to it. It's just fabulous.
It looks like a flamenco dancer's skirt. It's incredible. I've never seen a daffodil like that in my entire life.
It's definitely unusual.
Oh,
yes,
it's amazing.
It's very sweet.
Here we have a bed full of what I assume are double daffodils, and they're way different from some of the others we've been looking at. Tell me about that one first, because that's extraordinary bloom.
Well, the doubles are some of my favorites, and every now and then I'm allowed to buy some. This one is called Melina, and this is really neat because the double is all in the trumpet, and yours is very different from the one I'm holding.
Yeah, you can't help but have your eyes drawn to that. And what's the variety for that one?
That one's Suncatchers.
Oh, aptly named.
And what's really nice is the petals and the trumpet all kind of mix together, and you get the variegation of the petals and the trumpet color, which is really eye-catching.
And they're both beautiful, and there's numerous gorgeous daffodils doubles in this bed, but wow, these are amazing. And this is a new planting or a newer one?
This is a planting we just did last year.
Wow.
And you can see how we keep to like between 5 and 10 bulbs at the initial planting, and then with all luck, we'll be able to divide these in 4 or 5 years.
Will they be a big, huge clump like some of the others we've seen, you think?
Yes, when that gets to the big clump, it's going to be incredible.
That's when you need to invite me back.
For sure.
That sounds great. This is a small cup daffodil. I believe it's called Coral Light.
Yes.
And what I found interesting about this that caught my eye immediately was the fact that this fresh bloom that's just opened, the cup is actually yellow in the interior with kind of a pinky coral color on the end. But as it fades, it gets more like the one that you're holding, and kind of the center of the cup is more of a pale pink white. But yours also looks different from mine in another way, because mine's petals are sticking out and yours are reflects back a little bit. What's going on?
So what you can do is when they start to reflex in cup, if you're going to a show, you can take your fingers and the heat from your hand kind of irons the petals so they can become flat like that. So you can do that all the way around.
And that's something that they're looking for at a daffodil show.
Yes, they like to see the petals flat and at 12 and 6 o'clock, because you see how the petals align. So the top one and the bottom one, they always want at 12 and 6 o'clock.
Okay, I've just learned something new. Clearly, I have a lot more to learn.
It's a little trick to daffodil shows, showing daffodils, but you can twist the head around a little bit too, and it'll straighten out the 12 and 6 o'clock position.
Wow. I've learned so much today, and I really thank you for sharing this beautiful garden with us. It's stunning, and I hope you'll invite me back. Just make sure that you do it when you're dividing some of these, because I can help.
Yes, for sure. Thank you for coming. We'll have you back again soon.
Oh, I'd love that. Thank you.
Thanks.
If you love gardening, you'll want to subscribe to our channel. Home gardening tours, tips from growers, and lots of plants. Until next time.